Let's talk about AI and the Adobe software suite. So, there are a few things now that are embedded into the Adobe software that really make life a lot more convenient and make working with files easier. So, when it comes to something like Photoshop, I'm excited about some of these tools. Whether it's generative fill or generative remove or like remove background, expand or upscale things that were very time consuming and frankly very technical. So a lot of planning and art went into actually, let's say, selecting something, removing it, painting it out of the background. Well, now with these AI enhanced tools, you can do that fairly quickly. It's also really smart where Photoshop can recognize what something is and can even now give you a list of things like, do you want to remove light poles and any number of artifacts in your photo that are annoying and used to take a lot of time to fix, it can do in the snap of your fingers, basically. So it's like magic. Now, those kinds of tools make sense to me. In other words, those are the kinds of tools that I actually like AI for. It's enhancing my ability to work quicker and to take care of some of those mundane tasks that I really don't have time for or don't want to deal with. Now, that also says something about the craft of using Photoshop, because for many years, the only way to do those types of things were to actually learn how to use the pen tool to very carefully clip something, or to learn how to brush and airbrush and paint something out of a picture so it looked realistic, even though it had been retouched. So, those kinds of skills aren't as in demand anymore. In fact, the computer can do it better than you. So, what's the line then? What's the line between, uh, I don't want to say ethical, but a good use of AI and one that's more like a crutch? Ironically, it's the way I kind of compare AI in Photoshop to AI in Illustrator. So, if I just go to a prompt in Illustrator and say, I want a logo graphic for such and such, and then it spits out a bunch of generic vector icons for me, that bothers me. I don't want that. I want to do that. That's me, the creative person saying, I want to create the graphic solution for this logo design. I don't want the computer to give me that. That um, doesn't seem right to me. I want to be able to sell something, make something that is mine and it's creative and has my fingerprints on it and wasn't just generated by a prompt. I don't like that. The same is true with Photoshop. Let's say I'm going to just put in a prompt and say, I need an advertisement for this and blah, blah, blah. And then it spits out its version of that advertisement with text and picture and background and everything. Well, I didn't do much other than write a little prompt. So, those kinds of things, that creative generation, is where I think I'm not going to be using AI. So, what I'm encouraging you to do is to really look at yourself and decide, okay, what tools am I going to use? What tools am I not going to use? Or why am I going to do this? Or why am I not going to do that? And I think it's all in protection of the creative process. If I'm going to be creating custom artwork, if I'm going to be creating something original for a client or for myself, then I want to make sure that I preserve my contribution to that process. So when it comes to designing a solution, sure, I may go to a prompt and ask it for ideas to brainstorm solutions. But in the final execution, I need to be the one in control. I don't want the computer spitting out clip art, basically. It's the same thing we used to do when we'd go to a clip art library, we'd pick up graphics, and you just change the name and say, oh, here's your logo. Well, really, you're just picking up from a clip art library. That's not very special or unique. Instead, I think you need to bring something important to the table when you're working on the computer. Also, it makes me wonder, is there any value in teaching the old process? Let's go back to Photoshop, for example. Should I teach retouching of a photo and how to go in and airbrush and paint and clip and repair a photo like we used to in the old days? Or is it better to just teach how to use these AI tools and move on? I'm not so sure. It reminds me of what happened when I joined the graphics industry. When I was in high school, everything was still paste up and graphic design was still very much a hands-on process. And there was a question about whether or not even to use the computer at all. And then over my career, obviously, the computer has dominated and now is the graphic design tool of choice. So, what happened to all of that technical skill that went into doing paste up and layout? Well, modern graphic designers don't need to have that ability, but I'm sure grateful that I have had that experience so that I understand fundamentally what you're doing when you're putting together concepts, working with a piece of printing technology and working with, your output and your input and putting something together. Having known how it was done before in an analog way versus a digital way, I think that gives me a wider set of tools to choose from as I approach different projects than I would have if I was only exposed to one type of training. So I still think there's value in learning the old way, kind of the, walking through the snow, figuring out how to do this the old-fashioned way, and back in my day, whatever. I still want to carry that on and share that with my students. But I do think it's important to embrace technology and understand where it's taking us. So if I were to, give a rating here, I'd say most of the AI enhancements in Photoshop are awesome because it's like magic and it eliminates a lot of the technical work that took so long to do and really speeds up my process. The AI enhancements to Illustrator, I'm still not convinced. I'm faster than the computer. Well, not faster, but I think my solutions are still better in vector art than what the computer generates. What it generates just looks like clip art to me. So I would say Photoshop, yeah. Illustrator, meh. Um, at the very least, just set your own goals, set your own expectations, and work at your own pace in your own process, but preserve what's you. That's what makes your design special and it's going to make it unique. So don't just hand that over to the computer. Make sure that you keep and preserve what you do and what makes it work. All right. That's my thoughts. See you around.